you. And I invite you to close down your eyes and bring some attention into your breath. At our home, we often have more distractions than we would at a studio space. So we just notice those. We just notice our surroundings. Hopefully you guys have situated yourself so you have some space around you, so you have a sense of serenity and quiet and peace. But if not, we just work with what we have. So let's begin to deepen our breath. Feel the base of your body ground down. Your sit bones equally balanced between the right and left sides of your body. Kind of wiggle, feel those kind of ground down into whatever you're sitting on. We made it. We're dedicating this time and space to the practice of yoga. Begin to deepen your Ujjayi breath in and out through the tip of your nose. Feel your breath drop down to the base of your body, all the way down to where you feel your sit bones connect into the earth. And then with your exhale, lift your breath in and up and feel a slight lift from your pubic bone and from the base of your pelvis all the way up. So you feel this strength growing from the inside. Some pulsation into our Mula Bandha, this base of our body, lock at the root of our pelvis, the base. Listening to the sound of your breath as it flows in and out. How can we show up for life as it is? We are in a time of ungrounding, uncertainty. But instead of trying to hold on to some semblance of control, what if we just show up for each moment as it presents itself? Can we support those who are suffering in this crisis? And as I said earlier, we must care for ourselves in order to fill up our stores, to show up for those in great need. Be present in the rest and the vast mystery of it all. It is such a mysterious time, and we have to let go of our sense of control because we really have none. All that we can do is be in this moment at this time. We often personalize our own experiences, right? It's all about me, and it's filtered through the experience of me, as it should be. That's very natural. But today, as all of our plans and our lives are turned upside down, we begin to widen this filter of me into the experience of we. We show up for ourselves as well as showing up for the greater community around us, and understand it's not about me. Let's find a mudra that helps to bolster our sense of confidence, of unshakable will, and strength. We cross our pinky finger and ring finger tightly and leave our middle finger and our pointer finger more loosely crossed, and place our hands to the space of our heart. Vajra Pradma Mudra, the unshakable bind of courage. Breathe into the space of your heart. Feel the fullness there growing from the base of your body upward. And exhale. Feel that strength grow from within. deep breaths. Eyes open on a soft gaze or close down, your choice. We'll be coming back to this hand position later on in our practice, continuing to strengthen that sense of courage, of will, of reliance, of courage. So let's release our hands and we'll recline down onto our backs. So let's just lay out, stretching through hands and feet. I call this the good morning stretch. Rolling through your ankles, through your wrists, taking nice deep breaths. So good to see you guys. Lindsay, Allison, Aaron, love to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us. Who else has joined us since I checked last? Lisa. Welcome. Rachel. All right. So let's slowly bend our knees, find our feet to the earth, and our arms nice and wide. I think you can see me. I think this is good. And just drop your knees from side to side. Just finding some movement into your hips. Let your knees sway, deepening your breath. Feel your back body press down into the ground. And then pause in the center. Place your feet a little closer, more like hip distance, and walk your feet in closer towards your hips. And move your hands down so your palms are facing down towards the ground. And now begin with your exhale to press your low back into the earth, lengthening your spine. And with your inhale, find the opposite movement, finding space underneath your lumbar spine. And then with your exhale, press your low back down. And with your inhale, find space. Pelvic rocks. And feel your feet into the earth. Back of your head and shoulders. And if a person hasn't come to mind yet that you can dedicate your practice to, with your eyes closed or a soft gaze, maybe begin to visualize a picture of that person that really needs a lot of support right now, whether it's current things that are going on with the shutdown and the virus and all of that, or if it's something unrelated. There's a lot of other things also, other types of suffering going on in the world. So really beginning to clear the vision of that person that you're dedicating your practice to this afternoon. And then next time our low back is pressing down, slowly begin to lift. Engage the glute muscles and lift your arms up and overhead, pressing into the feet, shoulders, back of the head. Wait for your exhale and slowly lower back down. And with your inhale, lift. See if you can synchronize your movement to your breath. Exhale. Lower back down. So we're going to try this 3 more times with your own breath. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Just feeling the strength of your hips lifting, opening through your hip flexors, finding some space there. Reaching your arms up and overhead and then just floating back down. Let's do 1 more of these together. Inhale. And exhale. Float your arms down. Beautiful. All right, from here, we'll keep our knees bent and then find that block or something that you can place between your knees. And we're gonna roll, if you got up, you're gonna roll back down onto your back. So we're gonna squeeze into the block, flex our feet. So feel that space of resistance. Good, now relax. And lift your feet and squeeze into whatever you've got. So feel the strength of your legs. And at the same time, keep your breath full, your eyes, jaw, forehead soft, relax. Good, now one more time. Lift your lower legs to 90, flex your feet, squeeze in. Feel the muscles of your legs really activating. Good. And release down. Good. Let's just take the block out, kind of shake a little bit. We're gonna use our block again between our knees. And this time, we're gonna press our hands. So we have 2 points of resistance. So we're gonna press our knees open into our hands while still keeping the block between our knees. That's a special kind of activation of our muscles, outer line of our legs. And relax. I am starting to sweat already. Doesn't take much. Press your outer knees into your hands. Now keep your shoulders relaxed here. And relax. Oh, one more time. So we want to do about 10 to 15% of our energy. It doesn't have to be shaking at this point. We just want to get these muscles online. And then release. We're going to take for the last one the block out. Okay, and we're gonna press our hands into our thighs. So feel like you're trying to move your knees in towards your chest, but your hands are resisting that movement. So press into your hands, feel that resistance. So this is our hip flexors. And release. Again, press your knees in, but resist that. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your face, eyes, and jaw. And let it go. One more time. Good. All right, let's release it down. Maybe finding these opposite circles with your knees. This is also really good for your brain. If we start to get lethargic brain, this helps coordinate right and left hemispheres. Other way. Circling. Circling. And also, if this is really challenging, I hope that you're kind of laughing at yourself and you can do your finger gestures like I am. That helps me get it right. Okay, back to the block before we come back up to our seat. So squeeze between your knees, arms to the side like a T with your palms facing down. And then we're gonna drop both knees over to one side. Keep the opposite shoulder down. Inhale up through the center. Exhale, knees over to the side. Inhale to the center. Good, so you don't have to drop your knees all the way down. Some of you might be able to, but we want to keep your opposite shoulder down. So you're finding mobility in your mid to low spine and your shoulders and upper back are staying stable. Let's do one more to each side. Starting to feel awake and alive in our bodies. All right, so now we're gonna rock and roll on our spine to come to a seat. If you're feeling like a challenge, keep that block between your knees and just move your lower legs with your hands behind your knees. If that's too much, you can set your block to the side and also just push up to a side seat and come up and meet us in boat pose. Benefit of doing yoga on carpet, this feels a lot better than on a hard floor. Okay, let's do one more of these. I'm gonna scooch back just a little. All right, so we're gonna find our way into boat pose with or without the support of the block. Roll your shoulders open, getting really warm, losing a layer. All right, so you can keep your feet lifted and stationary. You can drop one foot at a time. You can extend your hands. This is choose your own adventure. Hug your shoulder blades together, lift up through the space of your heart. All right, now we're gonna start to twist. So you can have your toes down. I'm gonna do that version. You can lift your toes up. But we're gonna clasp our hands. Yeah, nice joining together. And we're gonna keep our hips stable as we twist to one side. Inhale and twist. And inhale. Do you feel like you're rowing a boat? That's what we're doing. Row your boat. Good. Everyone should be smiling as they do this. And you know, I can't even tell if you're not doing it, so there's a benefit of virtual yoga. But join me for these last two, even if you've taken a break. Row your boat and release. Block to the side. All right, we're gonna come onto our hands and our knees. Let's start by stretching one leg back. We did a lot of hip flexor work, so we wanna kind of lengthen out through that space. And the other leg back. Really breathing in there. Nice. Let's take care of our wrists while we're here. We will be doing quite a bit of stuff on our hands today. And just take note, again, if you're doing this on carpet like I am, it's a very different sensation than if you were on a hard floor. So please make sure that you're really clawing through your finger pads, that you're not dumping all your weight into your wrist joint. So I'm just elephant walking my way around. Come to face you guys. Elephant walk it. I like this, really gentle rotation. And then once my fingertips are facing towards me, then I can kind of shift forward and back, making sure I'm not locking out into my elbows. Good. And then maybe circling around, kind of pressing all of those knuckles down, all of those fingers. And the other way. Good. And let's open up the creases of our wrists. We're gonna take our right hand and drop it in so you're on the top of your hand with your fingers pointing in. Really open up your wrist crease. You can also get some double duty stretch of your toes. Kind of lean back and forward, stretching out the joints of your toes as well. And then place that hand down, switch sides, opening up the creases of your wrists. I hope that you're all starting to feel a little bit warm, a little bit more connected. And now we begin to move our spine with our cat and cow. So if your toes are tucked, you can leave them tucked and drop your belly down, wide into the space of your chest. Feel like you're trying to drag your hands back and your heart forward. Now untuck your toes, press down through your hands, lift your spine up, chin to chest. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, lift and expand. Keep moving with your breath. Nice to have you guys here. It's good to see you, Rosalie and Tim and Kevin. Nice to practice together. So keep moving your spine, cat and cow. Let's do one more. Let's pause in our center position, our tabletop position. And then we're gonna kickstand our lower left leg out to the side. Roll onto our left hand and open into a supported side plank. So our knee is down, we're really opening through the creases of our hips. Reach our arm up overhead. So you can stay here. If you would like a little more challenge, you can press into your supporting hand and supporting foot and elevate your knee and drop it down. If you want another challenge, you can lift the knee, extend your leg out. Wherever you are, taking another deep breath. And then we're all gonna reach up with our top hand, reach up and over into gate pose. Reaching out towards that extended leg. Good. That's our right leg. Breathing into our side body stretch. Open your top shoulder. Drive your supporting knee down with your exhale. Windmill all the way down. Now we're going to take that lower leg underneath us, tuck our back toes, and then lift our left knee in towards our chest. We're going to hover for 5. Keep lifting for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lift your leg. If this is too much in a 3-legged dog, just drop your foot down. If your leg is lifted, find some movement into your hip. And let's all meet with our feet to the ground. Take a nice big breath in through our nose. Exhale out through our mouth. Come back down to hands and knees. So let's go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to kickstand your lower right leg out to the side. I'll make sure I'm doing this the right way. Kickstand your lower right leg out to the side. So that would be left on this side, Shauna. You can do it. You can do it, Shauna. Supported side plank. Good. All right, so options. If your wrists are not feeling good, come up onto your finger pads like I am here. Or you can fist with your fist down and your wrist nice and neutral. Options here. Elevate the knee and maybe extend or stay exactly where you are. Let's take it for one more deep breath here. Find some strength, dig deep. You're dedicating this practice to someone who needs it most. Let that shine out and then reach up and over into gate pose. Really opening into your side. It feels really good. Open your top shoulder, lean to the side. Take one more deep breath here. And windmill all the way back down. Tuck your toes under. Elevate your knee. Holding here for 5. Keep breathing fully. 3 and 2 and 1. Shifting your hips up and back. Or standard downward facing dog. Let's all meet with our hands and feet to the earth. And slowly walk your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Let your head hang down, shake your head a little bit side to side. We're gonna cross our right foot over our left. This is a nice place to use a block to give us a little bit of lift. Make sure you're not locking out into your knees. Breathe into that special sense of length and stretch into your legs. This is a Kevin Flynn pose. I got this from him and I love it. Let's change. Cross your other foot forward. Taking a nice deep breath here. And release the cross of your feet. Find your feet hip distance apart. And inhale, halfway lift. Nice soft bend into your knees. We want to reach our sit bones back. Nice crease into our hips. Find length into your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach your arms wide to the side. Come all the way up to stand. Good. Let's interlace our fingers, except our pointer finger. Let that reach straight up to the sky. Good. Now we're gonna circle. Keep a soft bend into your knees. So we're gonna be doing a few postures today that might challenge your balance. So this kind of orients our torso and our awareness into a 360-degree sphere, shifting around to the other side. Good. And come back to center. Take a nice deep breath. Reach your fingertips up to the sky and press your feet down into the earth. With your exhale, release your hands. Come back into your mudra of courage and strength. So the base of your pinky and ring fingers really connect, and your middle and pointer fingers stay a little more loose. Hands to the space of your heart. 2 more deep breaths. With your next exhale, release your hands down. Shift all of your weight onto your left foot. Right knee hugs in towards your chest. Roll out your ankle. Drop your shoulders down. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna bring our hands to our waist to make sure our hips stay nice and neutral and balanced. And we're gonna extend our right leg forward. Give a big karate kick, hi-ya. Keep lifting. You can even press down with your hips to lengthen your spine. And exhale to release. Now we're gonna lift that same leg and we're gonna lift it off to the side. So we don't wanna tilt in this direction. We're gonna do that later, but not now. We're gonna really activate your outer hip. Keep your opposite hip lifting up. Take 1 more deep breath. Drive your standing leg down. And release your leg. Whew. All right, 1 more. We're gonna reach our legs straight back. Hips stay square, opening through your right hip flexor. Good. Reach, retreat. Hamstrings, hello. Good, now sweep that leg all the way back, in and up, catch it. Beautiful. Now we're gonna take our right leg, slide it back into a lunge position. Good. We're gonna reach our arms up towards the sky. So we're gonna find some nice balance here with our hips. So we wanna make sure we're not kind of splaying ourselves. We're knitting our rib cage in, engaging into our belly, filling up our back waistline. Arms lift up overhead. Good, now with our exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knee, but don't drop it all the way down, just let it hover. Inhale, reach long. Exhale. Find that strength and support of your breath as you move. And if you start to get discouraged and feel like you're losing a bit of your willpower, bring back that image of the person you're dedicating your practice to. Beautiful. 1 more. All right, now we're gonna pause here with our front knee bending. And we're gonna sweep our chest forward, reach our hands back. Let's just do that part 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow and sweep. Back leg is super strong. Inhale, lift. Now this time as we bow and sweep, really reach your hips back. With your inhale, we're gonna shift our weight forward onto our front foot and draw our knee in towards our chest. And reach back. Bow and sweep. Inhale, lift. Bow and sweep. Reach back. I'm working hard with you. Stay with your breath. Last one. Inhale, lift. We're gonna keep our foot back here. We're gonna open our arms into a windmill. Rotate our back foot down. Virabhadrasana 2. Back into our mudra, strength, courage, and resolve. You can gaze straight forward towards me or over your front shoulder, whatever feels better into your neck. 1 more deep breath. Feel the strength of your body, the connection of your breath. Extend your arms out. Exhale, side angle pose. Reach your arm up and overhead. We're gonna get some movement into this top shoulder. So we're gonna sweep it down and just sweep it up. Good. Just some movement up and down. One more. Inhale. Nice. Really reach long. Lift up your hip just like we did in our side plank. Feel the lift of your hip, kind of like you're rainbowing your top rib cage. And with your inhale, coming all the way back up, reach up and back, reverse warrior, deep in the bend into your front knee. Feel that sense of strength, courage, resolve, and willpower. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna windmill all the way down to the earth. Come into our low lunge. With your next breath, we'll come into our lunge twist. Twist your arm up towards the sky. Draw your hip back. That's it. Now keep your weight onto your supporting hand, and you can either heel toe around. I'm just gonna show you what this looks like facing you. Heel toe around, so you're in a supported side plank, or one foot in front of the other, feet stacked, leg lifted. Choose your own adventure. Deepen your breath. It's okay to wobble. Feel the shake. Beautiful. And return back down to plank. All right, knees lifted or lowered. We're gonna find our mountain climbers in plank. Feel free to take a moment to roll out your wrists and then prepare. One long line, top of a push-up. And we're gonna draw our knee in towards our chest and just tap. Knee into the chest and tap. So we feel a lot of that hip flexion. That's it. Yes. Now if you wanna go faster, you can have a little jump in between. We're gonna keep going for 5. Keep going for 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees down. Lower chest and chin. Whew. We need a little supportive heart opening here. So untuck your toes. Find your elbows to the earth. Plant your fingers wide and draw your chest forward. Feel your heart reaching out to that person you're dedicating your effort towards. I call this sometimes the Care Bear stare. So feel that magic energy that you uniquely have. Reach out to that person in most need. And releasing down. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Return to plank on knees or knees lifted. Shift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Maybe stretch out through the tops of your feet. Ground down through your hands. Hey, Janine, Amanda. Grab a mat, join in. You're not too late. Good to see you. All right. We're gonna take one more deep breath in our down dog, and then slowly move your feet forward towards your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Reach our arms out to the side with a nice long spine. Come all the way up to stand. Once again, interlace fingers. We're gonna find some more circles here. Moving through your rib cage, keeping your feet planted and your knees soft. Kind of feels like what's happening on a day-to-day basis. But your feet are steady. You have the ground beneath you. You have the beating of your heart and the fullness of your breath. Drop back into our mudra of courage and strength. 2 deep breaths. Release your hands down. Steady your right foot for balance. Left knee in towards your chest. Roll out your ankle. One direction and then the other. Deepening your inhales and exhales. Good. Now find that firmness into your standing leg. Bring your hands to your waist. Keep your knee hovering. Extend your leg long. The big hi-ya kick. Really strengthening your hip flexor. One more deep breath. And lower your leg down. Good. Shake out your hips a little. Now we're going to move our leg to the side. Remembering this side, we're not tipping ourselves over in order to lift our leg higher. We're just feeling that work of our outer hip lifting our leg. That's as high as I go. Draw your shoulder blades together. Press yourself down. And release. Good. Last one. Reach your leg back. Hips are square. See if you can imagine your toes pointing straight down. That's it. Hamstrings engage. Now with your next breath, we're going to float your leg forward. Catch it. That's it. And then we're going to reach the same leg back into our lunge. Good. So find a nice steady lunge. We're going to sweep our arms up and overhead. Breathe some space into your hip flexor. Make sure your hips are nice and square. With your next exhale, bend your elbows, bend your back knee. Hover, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Lower down. Exhale. All right, one more. Good. And inhale, lift. Lengthen this back leg as much as you can. You can keep it slightly bent in order to keep that neutral pelvis. Exhale. Sweep our arms back and our chest forward. And we're going to do this practice a few times, really shifting our weight into our front foot. And inhale, lift. Exhale. This time as we lift, we're going to gather our knee in towards our chest. Oh, with our arms up overhead. There we go. And sweep it back. And inhale, lift. And exhale, back. And inhale, lift. Exhale, reach back. Yes, we feel our standing legs in all of its greatness. One more. Reach your leg back. Pause here. Rotate your arms. Virabhadrasana 2. Negotiating these two mats. A little tricky. All right. Drive your hands into your heart. Slow your breath. Even inhales and exhales. Drop down in to the deep end of your front knee if you're able. Feel the strength of your foundation, your resolve, your courage. Extend your arms out. Exhale, forearm to the top of your thigh. Reach your arm up and overhead, finding a floating of this arm up and down with your breath. Good. And then pause with your arm overhead, either straight up or in line with your ear, but shoulders usher down your back. Maybe slightly rotate up towards the sky. Feel that lifting of your rib cage and top hip. Yes. With your inhale, come all the way up and back. Reverse warrior, humble warrior. That's it. Deepen the bend into your front knee. And windmill all the way down. We're going to ground down through our right hand in this low lunge. Or left hand rather. Arm reaches up. Good. Now we're going to roll open into our side plank. So you can roll to the outside edge of your foot. I'm going to turn myself around. Lifting up, either the foot stays grounded or step it forward of your supporting foot. Stack your feet. Maybe lift your leg. Wherever you are, be here for another breath. Come down into plank. We're gonna do one more set of our mountain climbers. I know that's exactly what you wanted me to say, so I said it. Roll out your wrists. Catch your breath. Here we go. Knee in towards your chest. You can keep tapping, or you can take it up a notch. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees, chest, and chin. This time we'll do some baby cobras. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Little to no weight on your hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. And release your chest down. Good. Press back up into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Woo, I got red face. Wonder if you guys have red face too. Oh, keep deepening your breath. Inhales and exhales. One more deep breath in this shape. Slowly move your feet forward towards your hands. Come into your forward fold, Uttanasana. With your next breath, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head shake, let your shoulders shake, legs shake. Oh. Shake it out. Inhale. Once again. Exhale. From here, from this deep forward fold, wind your arms to the side. Come all the way up. Exhale. Hands to the space of your heart. Anjali Mudra. Pressing fingers equally into one another. A little stretch, side to side. Coming into the balancing portion, standing balance of our practice. So we're gonna ground down through our left foot. We're gonna find tree pose, Vrikshasana, lifting our right foot, either finding a kickstand, going to the lower leg, or using your hand to lift your foot to your upper inner thigh. Come back to our mudra of strength, of courage, of willpower. And if you can, in these moments of relative stillness, once again, bring to your mind the image of who you are dedicating your practice to. Let that energy of selfless service shine out. One more deep breath. Now from here, we're going to draw our knee back in towards the center. Flex your foot. We're going to extend out into starfish pose. Remember I said we were going to lean, so we're leaning, reaching in opposite directions. Good. Maybe lift your leg a little higher. That's it. Keep reaching. Keep breathing. One more deep breath here. And exhale, drop your foot down. 5-pointed star. Turn your toes out slightly and reach in all directions. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend your knees over your toes. Sink down. We're going to find some fullness into our back body, bringing your forearms together. Inhale, open. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, expand. One more. Inhale, stretching arms and legs. Rotate your toes forward and find your hands behind your back. Either holding on to opposite forearms or interlacing your fingers without locking out. Keep your elbows a little soft. Roll your shoulders open. Keep your rib cage knitted in towards the center. Maybe shift your gaze upward toward the sky. And with your exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. Little softness into your knees. This is gonna help to decompress your spine, just letting your head hang down. Make sure you adjust the distance between your feet so that your head is not touching the ground. Some of you are saying, touching the what? When you have short legs, it does happen. All right, one more deep breath. Reach your hands down to the ground. Shift your weight a little side to side. Keep shifting your weight. And I want you to see if you can take your gaze up towards me. And I'm going to show you what's next. So we're going to shift our weight and our arms over towards our right foot. And we're going to lift our left leg. This is called the ice skater. Side to side. Going side to side. Join me when you're ready. Release your hands to the ground. Shifting your weight from side to side. Waking up your outer hips. Let's do one more of these to each side. And pause in the center. Let's rotate our toes out. Bend our knees, hands to our thighs. And we're gonna drop our right shoulder down and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more time to each side. Feeling awake, alive, fully present, and participating in this moment. Roll your shoulders open, lengthen through your legs. Heel toe your feet back towards the center with a little hippie shake along the way. Roll out your wrists, lift your heels, lift your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands dive to the space of your heart. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Prepare your right leg for balance. Left foot lifts. Kickstand, lower leg, upper inner thigh. You're welcome to keep your hands together. Nanjali Mudra, or once again, find our mudra of strength and courage. Slowing down your breath. Even inhales and exhales. All right, one more deep breath here. And then we're gonna slowly release. Draw your knee in towards the midline. And then we're gonna extend out, arms and legs, starfish. See if you can reach out. Keep your rib cage knitted in, filling up your back body. Keep reaching, maybe leg a little higher, maybe leg a little lower. One more deep breath. You got this. And drop it down. Coming into goddess pose. Good. This time we're gonna stay here for 5 audible breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in strength. Releasing fear. Feel the strength of your body, your resolve, your willpower, and send that energy out. Reaching arms and legs long. Rotate your toes forward, reach your hands behind your back. If you're interlacing, hold yourself the opposite way. Hold your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head dangle down. And release your hands to the earth. One more set of our ice skaters so we can really master this movement, our muscle memory. Shifting our weight over, lifting the opposite leg. And one more. Pause in your wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Slowly heel toe your feet towards one another. Bend your knees. Find a deep squat with your knees close, bowing in. Walk your hands forward and come onto your hands and knees. And draw our right knee in towards our chest. Right knee in, cross your foot over. Coming into Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. Using a block underneath your hips can feel like a nice treat of support. So for this shape, we want to try our best to align our knees. Your feet can be drawing in close or walking out. I have a lot of leg flesh. Did I just say that out loud? Okay, yeah, I have a lot of leg flesh. So it's hard for me to bend my knees all the way in. So I find that being more open feels better into the muscles of my legs. You can stay here with your spine lifted and your chest and heart open, or you can begin to bow forward. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. We're really stretching, opening into our outer hips, which was our big focus for our practice today, as well as our hip flexors. I'm going to take one more deep breath where you are. And slowly rise. All right, now you can lean forward, uncross your knees. If you're feeling fancy and want a challenge, go towards your top foot, put your hands down, swivel, and bring yourself back around to the other side. If that felt really overwhelming, just try it the other way. This time we've got our left knee on top, right knee underneath. Ground down through your sit bones. Open your shoulders to begin. Find a nice long spine. And either stay lifted or begin to fold forward. Inhale. Lift your chest, lift your shoulders. If you did the fancy disco switch on the other side, do it on this side. If you didn't, don't worry about it. Just want to make sure we're nice and even and balanced. And we're all going to uncross our legs. Come into a nice swishing of our hips. Lovely. We're going down towards the ground, friends. So as you're ready, slowly roll down. I usually say if you want to make a big deal out of it, do. If you don't, don't. It's totally fine, either way. So, let's find ourselves onto our backs. And we're gonna do Nice figure 4 stretch for our hips. Just hug your knee in, either side, doesn't matter, just remember which one you did. And then slowly release, change legs, come into your figure 4 on the other side. And begin to release. Notice what else your body might need to feel complete, balanced in your practice. Take the next 3 to 4 breaths to find that. I'm going to slowly begin to move towards our final resting pose of Shavasana. Notice how your body feels. Notice your breath as it comes in and out through your nose. Become present to the in-breath, followed by a natural pause, and then the out-breath. Once again, in breath, pause, and out breath. And now just release any attachment to your breath or control of your breath and settle into stillness. Make sure you're as comfortable as possible. Maybe lying on your back isn't as comfortable as you'd like it to be. Feel free to shift to lying on your side or even on your stomach, however you feel nurtured and at ease. Guiding you through a very brief loving kindness meditation. And in this meditation, we send out our earnest hope that everyone is happy and free and well. So we begin with that intention towards ourselves. So sending that energy of loving kindness in towards your heart, towards your soul. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be safe and free from harm. And we begin to bring our awareness towards someone that we love. And maybe this person is the one you've dedicated your practice towards, or maybe it's someone different. And we begin to feel the energy of that person, see them in our mind's eye. And we say to them, may you be well. May you be happy. May you be safe and free from harm. And now we bring into our awareness someone who is neutral in our mind, maybe someone we just pass by, someone that doesn't hold great dear tenderness and love or challenge or disdain, just someone in that neutral category. And we wish for them to be happy, to be well, to be safe and free from harm. Next, we bring to mind someone who we find challenge around. We bring their image into our awareness. And we wish for them to be well and for them to be happy. We wish for this person or group to be safe and free from harm. And lastly, we bring to mind that person we have dedicated this 60 minutes of practice towards. The person that needs this love and attention, this courage and strength, this vitality, willpower that we have cultivated today. And we wish for them to be well. We wish for this person to be happy and for them to be safe and free from harm. If you're able to stay in your Shavasana longer, please do. If you're following along with our 60 minutes, the time has come to begin to deepen our breath. Bringing some small movements back into our body, fingers, toes, maybe head gently side to side, coming back slowly. As you're ready, begin to roll off to one side. Pause in this side lying position and send your breath and awareness into your back body. Breathe into the back of your rib cage, between your shoulder blades, your low back. And with the support of your hands, rise to your seat. Come back to our mudra, clasping our pinky finger and ring finger tightly, keeping our top two fingers open, thumbs lifted, hands to the space of our heart. We'll close our practice this afternoon with 3 audible breaths, in through our nose and out through our mouth. Inhale together. Exhale. Inhale. May you all be happy. May you all be well. May you all be safe and free from harm. Namaste, friends. Thank you for joining me. It's an honor to be your guide, as always.